2016 Suzuki GSX S1000 First Ride Review. Would I glance at this bike every single time I walk through my garage and smile? Somehow the curves of the GSX-S tank and the radiator shrouds, from a certain front three-quarter angle, remind me of my old GSX-Rs and Kabutsas. While the GS 750 was Suzuki's first four-stroke inline four, it was the GSX range that kicked off Suzuki's 16-valve lineage. The original concept of the GSX series from the 750E to the 1100S Katana was high performance yet with a broad power band, nimble handling and great durability. Suzuki has continued this tradition with the new GSX S1000. The GSX family starts with the new GSX-R motorbike prototype, then the GSX-R comes next racing, followed by the GSX S Street Sport and GSX F Sport Standard. The TC system monitors front and rear wheel speeds, throttle position, crank position and gear position 250 times per second and quickly reduces power output when spin at the rear wheel is detected. Mode 1 allowing the certain level of wheel spin, suitable for fast sport riding in dry conditions. Mode 2 activates earlier. It is for normal riding conditions and is the mode I used most during the test. Mode 3 is for wet or cold conditions. The GSX S1000 power plant has been refined and reworked from the mighty K5 GSX-R engine to complement the new naked bike. Basically, it is the same 999cc lump as the 2005 to 2008 power plant that got such a cult following, designed to give more acceleration and throttle response. The K5 engine was chosen as it has a long stroke for better mid-range than the current GSX-R engine. Bore and stroke remains 73.4 x 59 mm, allowing for a compact combustion chamber and flat top pistons. Cylinder angle is 23 degrees. There are some new parts, such as finite element method pistons that are 3% lighter, and new camshafts are designed to optimize valve timing for the street. Iridium spark plugs heighten spark strength and therefore combustion efficiency, contributing to higher power, more linear throttle response, easier startup and a more stable idle. GSX-R 1000 K7 44mm throttle bodies are used, utilizing the SDTV Suzuki dual throttle valve system, where the secondary valves are servo-controlled. The injectors are 10-hole long nose units. The airbox is all new, as if the exhaust system, which features equalizer pipes between cylinders 1 and 4, and 2 and 3. The catalytic converter is at the header collector box, which then joins the large volume exhaust chamber. The gearbox ratios and overall gearing suit the K5 power plant well, and I would not change the final gearing at all. There is also plenty of engine braking but no rear wheel hop-on downshifts, thanks to the back-torque limiting clutch. The ride position is comfortable, but, like any naked bike without wind protection, sustained high speeds can be a pain in the neck. 04015 2016 Suzuki GSX S1000 Your picture Alicante_034 In fact, it outhandles the GSX-R in these conditions. The bike is really stable, and there is no sign of wiggle or head shake even when accelerating hard out of turns or over crests. Changing direction is not a problem, either, as I've discovered a few times. The first situation is a large boulder that has fallen on the road, and I am flat out in second gear when I see it, quickly changing line while already committed to the turn, with no problem. The GSX-S borrows the 4-piston Rambo monoblock calipers from the current GSX-R 1000 and uses dual 310mm rotors. The loop I'm riding is one of the hardest tests of front brakes I've ever come across on the road, almost 100 miles of non-stop hard braking, hairpin after hairpin, a lot of it downhill, and the brakes do not fade at all, despite me squeezing them so hard. I'm using the excellent Bosch ABS almost every corner entry. The brakes do lack some initial bite, and they need a good, hard squeeze at the lever, but this is a good setup for a naked bike with road-based fork settings. Any sharper on the brakes would mean a change in those springs and settings. It's the little things that make riding the GSX-S so easy, like the side stand that naturally falls to foot when you want to flick it down to park. The seat is wide enough to give support but narrow enough to aid sport riding. The fuel tank is quite big and tall, so it's nice to rest an elbow on for some one-handed freeway cruising or just to chill out for a while, and there is no heat from the engine or exhaust to cook you while you ride. The GSX-S is not overly complicated. It's got a throttle, brakes, handlebars and a strong engine. These things are the basics we all need to make us smile, and I am still grinning thinking about the GSX S1000.